Okay, so this is for section 4. If you were not here yesterday, which was Tuesday, no, which was Wednesday, or you were confused on how to do everything for section 4, this is a review of how to do section 4. We are looking in our book, we're doing activity 5.3. So if you have your book 5.3, we're doing problem number 3 right here, or problem number 4 right here. So get your book, we're gonna do problem number 4. The first thing we need to do for problem number 4 is it always has to equal 0 in order to put it into the calculator. If you don't understand what I'm talking about, go back and watch the video for section 3. All right, but this one I'm going to put into equal 0, so I'm going to subtract 5 from both sides. So the equation I'm going to graph is x plus 3, x minus 1, minus 5 equals 0. As long as it equals 0, I can use the y equals part of my calculator. So I'm going to go now to my calculator and show you all the steps you do there. So the first thing you have to do is plug this into your y equals. So y equals is up here, and you're going to graph, you're going to plug in the equation x plus 3, and you're using this x up here, plus 3, close the parentheses, and x minus 1, and then we had minus 5. So you're just writing the whole thing into the calculator. You're then going to hit graph. If your graph does not look like mine, go back and check to make sure that you use subtraction signs for everything, not a negative sign, which is down here. Don't use that. You need to use all the subtraction signs, which are up here. If your window is messed up, like you're not seeing this graph, you're seeing a piece of this graph, then it hit zoom 6. That will make it go back to the regular screen. All right, so now we're trying to find the x-intercepts because that's what zeros mean, is the x-intercepts. Just to make sure that we're accurate and we're not just guesstimating, we're going to use the second trace function. So you're going to hit the second button, which on your calculator is yellow, and the trace button is right here. We're going to pick number 2 because we're looking for the x-intercepts, which are the same thing as the zeros. And once you do that, there are going to be 3 questions you have to answer in your calculator. The first one, it says left bound. By left bound, they mean what part of the parabola is on the left side and going out of bounds. So that's anything that's up in this section. So you have a little Spidey guy right here. You're gonna move him over here to the left side of the parabola that's almost going out of bounds, meaning off the screen. So as long as it's anywhere like up in this section, you're good. You hit enter. Now the next question says right bound. So you're going to move your Spidey guy to the right side of the parabola, almost off of the screen, like meaning it's going out of bounds. So somewhere up in this section right here, anywhere in this section right here, and you're going to hit enter. Then the last question they want you to say is guess. Now we have an x-intercept here and we have an x-intercept here. So we're going to have to do this twice. So we're going to go down to this one here because it's closer. And we're just going to put our Spidey guy like really close to it. It's kind of like, what's your guess? Where do you think it's going to be? And so we kind of think it's going to be over here in this section. And either one is fine. You don't have to worry about which one's closer. As long as it's kind of close to this one, hit enter, and then you get your answer. So the 0 for this one is 2. You're then going to do the whole process again. Second trace number 2. You're going to do left bound on this side, right bound on this side. And this time when you get to guess, you're going to put the guess over here to get the second answer. So 2 is our first answer. We're going to hit second trace number 2 again. It says left bound, so we move our Spidey guy to the left side of the parabola, almost off of the graph, like almost out of bounds. Hit enter. Now it says right bound, move him back to the right side of the parabola. Again, almost out of bounds. Hit enter. And now this time with our guess, we already know this one that's right here. We already know this one. So we want to find this one. So we want our Spidey guy to go all the way over here. And again, you just want it close to it. It doesn't have to be exactly on it. Hit enter. And -4 is our other answer because we got -4 right here. This just means a really big long decimal that basically is 0. So our 2 answers are 2 and -4. So then our answers for this are x equals 2 and x equals -4. So that's how you do section 4.